I can't wait to introduce you to my viewers, Jacob.
They need to be reintroduced to you. What viewers?
I have 62 followers. Thank you very much.
That's really good, actually.
Thanks. MakeupMami here. Welcome back to my channel. This is episode 1 of season 1. We are relaunching my channel finally. The way that it should have been done is going to be big, bold, and beautiful. And I'm just so excited for all the content that we have for you guys. And I hope that you guys do enjoy what I have for you today. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe. And how did you like that intro? I have a brand new team of people working with me, so I'm very excited. I'm just so excited for you guys to see this. We're going to be doing this look today. It's very, I think, cute. It's fun. It's trendy. You know, not your everyday look, but I do like it, so I hope you do too. So if you are interested in knowing how to do this, then stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start off by priming our lids. I already did my brows because they take way too long to do, but I just usually use the Anastasia Dip Brow. But this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15. I like to use lighter concealers just because I feel like the eyeshadows show up better on my eyes when I do use lighter concealers than when I'm using one that's like the shade of my skin. I don't know, I feel like for not like very dark, but for darker women or women of color, people of color, using like browns and neutral colors like that really don't show up well on us because our skin's already that color. So it's not my favorite concealer, but it's the lightest one that I have right now, and I've just been too lazy to go get another one. I'm not going to set the concealer because I'm going to be using some bright colors, so if I'm going to set it, that's going to make the colors dull if I use powder. So I usually don't set if I'm using colors. I just kind of make sure that they don't crease. Like if you start like seeing them crease, just blend them out. Blend them out as best as you can. Blending is your best friend. So today we're going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette, the original Jaclyn Hill palette, not the Vault that just came out with Morphe. So we're going to start off with a blending brush, and I'm just using a regular blending brush by Wet n Wild. This is from their original collection. This is an older brush. It's a few years I've had it. And you can still find them in the drugstore. They're about $1. And we're just going to go in with the color Silk Cream and MFEO. I'm just going to tap off the excess. And I like to build up the color, so at first it's not going to look like a lot. Like it's barely going to show up, but I like it that way because then if I mess up, then I don't have that much to fix. So we're just going to go in with this color, and like as you can see, it's barely showing up, so it's going with a little bit more. So we're just going to blend that out, and it's starting to show up. And you just want to do circular motions and windshield wiper motions. Okay, so next I'm going to take this flat blending brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to go in to my palette again, and I'm going to go into the color Creamsicle. I know it looks like a bold choice, but we're going to tap off the excess and just put it right here in our crease, basically in the same spot that we just put the first transition color. And you just want to blend it out. I'm going to use a little bit Roxanne, and then I'm going to use just a little bit of the shade Buns. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go back in there. And again, windshield wiper motions, and you want to blend it out. Like blend it out. Sometimes I struggle with like how high to bring it or like how far out to bring the eyeshadow. But normally I just stop right here where my eye kind of ends, I guess. I'm using my Rimmel London Match Perfection concealer, and I use this in the shade 230 Fair Light. I also really like the LA Girl Pro Conceal, but I do not have that right now. Oy, squirted a little. So we're just gonna cut the crease, and I like to go in small strokes, so then that way I don't accidentally cut it too much. And I know all of you know this, but don't pull on your eye. I know I'm doing it, but you're not supposed to. And what I like to do as well is sometimes, like, do you see that? So what I like to do is put a lot on the bottom and then like maybe look up or blink or something to see how high the concealer is going to go on my eye, and then I usually just cut it at that point. This is probably a tip for people with hooded eyes. My eyes aren't very hooded, but they are a little bit hooded. And then I just bring it out. If it's not perfect, it's okay, because we're going to be using a white liner on the actual crease. So if you aren't happy with it, it's okay. We can fix it. And then what I like to do is take a brush and just pat that in. Or the applicator, doesn't matter, but my applicator had more product on it, so I'm just going to use a brush with no product on it to pack that in. Alright, so now we are going to take any flat shader brush, and we're going to go into the color. It's called Jada. On the palette, well, in the palette it looks like a teal color, but I think that once I put it on my eyes, it's a much darker green color. I mean, I like it. I'm not complaining. I think it shows up very well. It's very pigmented for sure. And if the line isn't perfect between this color and then the transition color, it's fine. We're going to be using a white liner in between them. So just so that I don't mess up and that I don't accidentally mix the colors together, I usually leave a little bit of space, just a tiny little bit of space, to allow the white liner to do its thing. And I'm not too worried about the edges because I'm going to end up blending them out and they're going to get covered by the regular eyeliner. So yeah, so I know it looks like crap right now, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. So I'm going to take a white eyeliner. This is not my favorite, but it's the only one I have, so we're gonna make it work. This is by Wet n Wild, and this is the part that gets kind of tricky. So as you can see, this is not the best white eyeliner. It's just the one that I have. When you go over the same area twice, it tends to drag the product. So what I like to do is wait until it dries and then go back in with a second layer. If you have like a NYX eyeliner, I heard that those are better. I only have the yellow one and I like the way that it performs, but I don't really know any other white eyeliners. From what I've heard, they really are all the same. So if you know any white eyeliners that don't tend to move product or, you know, crumble and break, then please let me know down below in the comments. That's dry now, so we're gonna go in with the second layer, and you just want to be as precise as you can possibly be. It's all right, take your time, don't get nervous. All right, and then we're just going to repeat that process on the other eye. So these lashes, I don't really remember the name. I know they're wispy. I don't know if they're the extra wispy or the super long wispies, but I do know it's the brand Cosmania, and I got them from TJ Maxx. So they were very affordable, and it was a pack of like 5 lashes, 5 pairs. And I got them for $4.99, I believe, or $5.99. Oh my god. That's stabbing me in the eyeball. Beauty is pain. Beauty is pain. Okay, I really like these when I have eyeliner on. Not really by themselves. I tend to cut them a little bit just because I feel like they look ridiculous if I'm wearing them with no makeup and just, you know, my eyelashes. I feel like they look the best with eyeliner, so just keep that in mind. So next I'm going to go in with some mascara. This is by Lancome. I got it in my birthday. Okay, don't judge me. This is a mascara from last year on my birthday, June. I got it from Ulta. It was like a birthday, it was a little birthday gift they give you, but I didn't open it for a very long time because I didn't think I was going to like it, but I actually do. It's by Lancome. I think it came out last year. It did. Because when they gave it to me, they were like, here's the new mascara by Lancome. It's in the birthday gift. I was like, oh, cool. It's fine. I don't... Lancome's too expensive for me. You know, we're balling on a budget here. I know a lot of people like to put the mascara on before their lashes. They say that it helps the lashes and the, like, your lashes and the fake lashes stick together better. But for whatever reason, I just don't like doing that. I feel like that makes my lashes look worse, so I always just go in after I've put in the fake lashes. And if you feel like you do have to stick them together, you can always just use your hand, well, your fingers, and just press them together. Or I take my tweezers and just lightly try to push them together, so then they look a little bit more natural, well, as natural as fake lashes can get. So right now we're going to stop with the eyes because I don't want to do the bottom part until I finish my face, just because if you think about it, if you go ahead and do the bottom, you know, and then you go in with foundation, you're going to mess all that up. It's not going to come out right. You're going to erase it. It's just not, it's going to be a hot mess. So next I'm going to do my face, and I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Photofinish primer water, and I would say go in lightly, but I don't ever go in lightly, so just go, you know, in with the amount that you feel like you need. Okay, so for my, I like that for my face, but on my nose, I have, like, you know, enlarged pores and blackheads and stuff like that, and that's where I get really oily. So I usually go in with the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And I just do a little dollop of that on my nose, and I make sure I spread it out really good. Sometimes I bring it all the way out to under my eyes, but I normally just like to concentrate this on my nose, and then if I'm having a really bad forehead day like I am right now, I'll take a little bit more and I'll put it on my forehead. We're going to go in with foundation, and right now I am kind of in between colors, so I'm not really sure which one is my perfect match, but this one is very close. This is my Loreal True Match, and I'm in the shade W6 Sun Beige. Or Beige Soleil. I don't know. It has both of that on there. But anyway, I'll mix that usually with the Loreal Light Source Illuminating Primer. And I only have a sample of it, but I really like it. So I suggest going out to get it. Oh my god, that was way too much. I squirted everywhere. That was way too much. I don't usually do that much. I do like half of this size right here. Alright, now that this primer is tacky, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to put some dots on my face. Like this, like so. And I'm just gonna go in with a sponge. This one I got at Ulta. It's the Ulta brand, and I like to work fast at this point because I like to blend it all. Like, I like to blend all of my cream products while the makeup is still wet, so then that way it doesn't break, it doesn't, you know, look ugly. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me stick foundation, and this is in the shade Coconut 355, and I use this just for contouring in the summertime when I'm a little bit warmer. I'll just do a little bit here, a little bit here, and so you're just gonna blend this out. My nose lines are not the most perfect lines, but I'm pretty messy with my makeup. I'm not very precise. I just, you know, wing it like I do everything, like I am doing right now by putting myself out there on this channel. And I got a big forehead, so I like to make it look small, you know. Make it look like I don't have a watermelon head. Contouring, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the shade Light Yellow. And I mix it with a concealer that is my shade. Well, not my shade, but like a highlight shade that works for me. That isn't like yellow, like a corrector. So it doesn't just look like, boom, yellow on my face. And again, this is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige. I usually just apply some of this at the bottom, so when I'm blending, it'll mix it all together. And I'm applying in all of the same spots that I put the yellow corrector on. So we're going to go back with our sponge, and I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to spray it like that. And we're just going to blend. Once that is all blended out, I am going to take a powder brush, and this one is by BH Cosmetics. This is the part of their vegan line. This is the V2, and I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild pressed powder. This is part of their Photofocus collection. I don't really use this, but we're gonna use it today. I'm just gonna go in, swirl around a little bit. I'm not going to bake. I'm only going to set my makeup just because I want this to be more of, I tend to bake more in the winter time because it makes you really matte. And in the summertime, I tend to want to glow. So again, we're just setting the makeup. I'm not really too worried about it getting really matte just because I'm not going heavy-handed with the powder. I'm just pressing lightly. So we're going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I know this might seem like a whole lot, but I do the contouring with the cream and then I go in with the bronzer afterwards. Like later on after the contour has been set. Just because I don't do a very heavy contour, like cream contour. I like to go in with the bronzer to make it look a little bit more cohesive. You know, we're going to put it the same places that we put the contour. So on our foreheads. I like to bring it down on the side of my face a little bit. Just a little bit. It looks like I'm putting it in my hair and that's because I kind of am. I'm just trying to get the very the outer surface of my face. I like to use a stippling brush on my face as opposed to a contour brush because I feel like it doesn't pack the powder onto my face as much as a contour brush would because it's a lot more dense, whereas a stippling brush is like dual fiber, so it has different lengths of hairs. Much better. Okay, so now we're gonna go to blush. And blush is something that I recently started wearing because I didn't think that it made a difference, but I feel like you just have to find your shade and then you'll like it. If you're not a blush person, that's fine, just skip this step. This is Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. I put it in my Z palette so I don't have like the compact to show you, but this is Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. And I like to just smile like this. Put on the apples of my cheek, again with a stippling brush for the same reason. And if you feel like you've put too much on it, it's fine. You can always blend it out. And we're going to go in with the blending brush. So this is an old favorite of mine. It is the shade Opal by Becca. This is their highlighters, you know, their iconic highlighters. And we're just going to take a fan brush, dip it in there a little bit, tap off excess, and we're just going to go in to highlight our cheekbones. I'm not like a highlighting queen or anything like that, but I mean, I do like the glow. Oh, that's my favorite, putting it on my top lip. Oh, look at that. It just looks like I have gold on my lips. Looks like I'm made of gold. So we are going to switch from the fan brush to a detail brush. And this one is just by BH Cosmetics. This is the brush number 105. I got it in a set, so I don't think you can buy this separately. I think you have to buy the set right there. And I take this and I put it on the inner corners of my eyes. I just like to glow on my eyes. And we're going to take the excess from that and put it on our brow bone. Sometimes if I'm also feeling it, I'll just take, you know, whatever is left on the fan brush. And if there's nothing left on the fan brush, I'll just like dip in really lightly, like very, very lightly. And what I do is, since I have very chubby cheeks, when I smile, they look like this. So I like to highlight that point right there. So when you're looking at me head on, I'm glowing. Look at that. Ooh, I'm a bronze goddess. So after this, we're going to go back to the eyes because I'm done with the face. So this is normally where I like to go back and finish my eyes. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush. This is from the purple set. This is their shading brush. And I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and we're going to use the shade Twerk. Twerk. This is a very like royal blue color. Okay, so this is showing up pretty purple like my cameraman said, but that's fine. I just kind of felt like using a different color because I feel like that will make the eye pop a little bit. So once that's blended out, we are going to go in with, this is the one that I normally use by Urban Decay. This is one of their 24/7 Glide On eye pencils, and this is in the shade Supply. Oh my god, I almost stabbed myself with that. After that's done, I'm going to take this Ulta Beauty Amped Lashes Mascara. I really only like it because the wand is very small. And I don't think that it will mess up my makeup. I think that, you know, a small wand is good for the lower lashes. So that's the eyes. I don't normally apply lip liner, so I'm not going to apply lip liner again because I don't usually apply lipstick. So we're just going to go in with the lipstick on its own. Hope for the best. Perfect. So this is the finished look. I personally wouldn't wear this out to the grocery store or anything like that, but I do think that it is a fun look and probably something that I would wear on a Friday or Saturday night going out with my friends. All the products will be listed down below, so if you want to recreate this look, you definitely can. I'll try to find all the products for you. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the videos of season 1 because we are relaunching this channel, so hopefully you like all the new content, so make sure you stay tuned. Do you want me to say bye? Bye! Peace.